Good afternoon, all. Welcome to Omkar Ki Pukar. So let's begin with the show. So over here, if you see, is the daily chart of Nifty. So prices have respected the levels which we had earlier mentioned. So over here, we can see that the prices are currently protecting the 20-day simple moving average very well. So which is again moving around the level of 18,000, which is a strong psychological barrier for the prices. So until and unless the level of 18,000 is protected on the downside, we tend to be in a positive state for the index Nifty. Moving to the intraday charts. So in the Friday's trading session, we had discussed about this channel, the bearish channel, which the prices were actually at that time were hovering around the lower levels of this channel. So we attempted a breakdown, but nevertheless we didn't sustain below the breakdown level. So this channel has protected us from triggering a sell side in the Nifty. So here the trend and the view is still intact. So just another observation. So what we had witnessed around the level of 17,865, the same thing is happening at the current levels. So the levels of which earlier were acting as a resistance later started to act as a support. Even over here, the level of 18,050 was acting as a resistance earlier. Now that level again started to act as a support. So this is a positive sign which is actually known as change in the polarity by the prices. So over here, it is a good sign, and the view makes the view which we had, it becomes more clearer to us that the index is clearly on a buy on dip mode, while the level of 18,000 on the downside is protected. And on the upside, going ahead, we expect the index to move higher till the level of 18,250 mark, which again we had discussed earlier. So there is no change in the view. The view is still buy on dip until the level of 18,000 is protected on the downside, until we go higher to the level of 18,250. So once the level of 18,250 is broken on the higher side, we'll again review the levels in the index again. Just switching on to the bank Nifty. So again over here in the bank Nifty, the level of 42,715 was acting as a strong resistance for the prices, which again in the today's opening gap up we were easily able to surpass that resistance, and now that resistance is acting as a support. So again over here we are seeing a positive Q happening, and it is also a change in the polarity by the prices, and with this breakout the bank Nifty has again indicated us that the outperformance is still present into it, and if we get to see a positive movement from here on, there are high chances that bank Nifty can still lead the outperformance against the Nifty. Just recapping the stocks which we had discussed in the Friday's trading session. So the first stock which we are going to discuss is the SBI Life, which we are just recapping it. Over here, around the level of 1,296 was the level where we had actually recommended it as a sell side signal with a stop loss of 1300 and the target of 1,282. So prices actually in the current trading session opened lower to our target level, which was around a level of 1,282, which makes our target to get achieved without hitting the stop loss, of course. Just moving to the next stock. So the next stock which we had discussed was the BSoft. So the BSoft is a stock which we are going to discuss it for today. So over here, just switching on to the hourly time frame. If we'll have a look over here around the 6th of Jan, prices opened gap up, and post that prices have respected the gap very well. The gap has started to act as a support, which is again a positive sign. And in the latest trading session, we got to see a good breakout of the inverse head and shoulder pattern, which again confirms the beginning of a uptrend. So going ahead, we expect the prices to move higher till the level of 309, which is the 61.8% of the forecast, while on the higher side 313 would be our second target. While moving on the stop loss side, the stop loss must be placed around the level of 298. So that's it for the day. Hope you like this video. Make sure that you are subscribed to GPL's YouTube channel.